Hey YouTube, it's Justin here, aka Demonic Sweaters. Today I've got a video all about buying stuff. What you're looking at here is my Amazon storefront, and there I go by Alternative Drummer, aka Demonic Sweaters. But what we're going to do here is, well, first off, I started to put together these packages on here. Basically, a lot of them for my students who I teach in person. A lot of times parents don't know what to buy, and they're always asking me. And rather than have to say the same things over and over again, I just put together a lot of things here in my shop and just send them the link to that, and then they can decide for themselves how much money they want to spend and what they want to buy. And in addition to that, here in the past couple of days, I've added a few acoustic setups. Well, most of them here, I forgot to say, are electronic setups or low volume setups. But I've started to add some more acoustic stuff in here as well. And like an interface and recording package and things like that. So I wanted to go over some of these for those of you out there that are looking to buy a drum set and to get started playing the drums. So anyway, let's get started. Let's start in the least expensive stuff here, and which is, where is that? Down here, under $500, complete electronic drum student package. And what this is here, of course you could get an electronic drum set for, about, under $300, but I wanted to include everything that somebody might need to get started playing the drums. And that's what I did here. So we have the one electronic drum set for $299, which is a really good deal. I've personally played this set. Excuse me. I reviewed it. It was sent to me for free, but I really did think it was a really quality set for the money for $300. And also it comes with this really cool game called Instadrum. That is a lot of fun to play, and it's just really nice for what it is. It doesn't have a kick drum tower or anything like that, but if you're, just wanting to learn the basics on drums, or you have a child that wants to learn the drums, this is a really great electronic set. Now, in addition to that, you're going to need an amplifier. Well, you don't need it, but if you want to hear it in the room, an amplifier is something good to have. And this cool music amplifier, I recommend this amplifier to like everybody, because this thing is shockingly good for the money. I've tried several drum amplifiers, and this is one of my favorite ones that I've tried. It's very simple to use. It only has 3 knobs on it, but it also has Bluetooth, and it has a USB port on there as well, I believe. And speaking of Bluetooth, I forgot to mention the one drum kit also has Bluetooth, and there were some other things in there. Oh, it also comes with headphones, which is really cool too. So moving on from that, we have the throne here, which is a Star Favor drum throne for only $40, and that comes with sticks. And the one drum set also comes with sticks, so you would have 2 pairs of sticks right there. You won't need to buy sticks in addition to those. And then we have a Toribio drum rug, which is perfect for this little set. It's only $27.99. And if you're asking, do I really need a drum rug? The answer is yes. You want a drum rug, because if you don't have a drum rug on hard floors like wood or tile, all of your stuff's going to be sliding around all over the place, and you definitely don't want that happening. And then if you have carpet, like on your, in your apartment or wherever you're setting it up, you risk, tearing up the carpet, in your apartment or in your house, or, getting stains on it and stuff from the drums. So I highly recommend using a drum rug. Just get one. So in addition to that, we have a ChromaCast music stand, which is $15.98. Now, of course, this is optional, but it's very nice. Even if you don't read music, to have something to set like your iPad on next to you. You could watch YouTube videos and play along. You could, set your, well, I guess you couldn't set your computer up there, but your iPad. So, yeah, anyway, this is my under 500 package. Now, of course, you could buy any one of these pieces by itself. But let's go back and move up from there. What do we have? Under 600. And we're stepping up a little bit here. We've got the Avatar SD61-5 electronic drum kit. Now, I have one of these, and I teach on it. And these are great little drums. My only criticism with these is the tom pads are a bit small, because they have this plastic rim around them that makes them, that can be kind of a challenge to hit accurately, but it will also improve your accuracy. The drum module on this thing is killer for the money. It sounds pretty darn nice, and it's it has a lot of features, has a built-in mixer on it, has an auxiliary input. I do not believe it has Bluetooth, but you could plug your iPad or something in there via aux cable. And, it's just a really nice set. It has a dual zone snare, all dual zone cymbals, and a real bass drum tower. It comes with the bass drum pedal and hi-hat pedal. Everything you need. I think it comes with sticks too, even though they don't show them there. But I've also included that same Starfavor drum throne here that comes with sticks. So you could get that again. You're going to need a throne. It doesn't come with a throne. The amplifier is the same cool music amp. That's going to be in a lot of these electronic drum packages just because I really love that amplifier. The headphones, these are my absolute favorite headphones. These One Audio headphones. I have several pairs of these. I made a video all about them. They were not sent to me for free at all. I just happen to really like them, and I think they sound great. For $30, it's crazy how good they sound. And in fact, I have a pair of the Bluetooth versions. Now, no, you can't use Bluetooth on electronic drums for headphones because of latency. But if you get the Bluetooth version of these for like just listening to music on your phone, man, these things, I compared them side by side to the Apple, what are those super expensive, are they called Apple Studio or whatever the new over-ear Apple headphones are called. And man, these things, I swear, blow away those Apples as far as sound quality goes, in my opinion. I really did not like the Apples at all. Now, I did like the Beats. There was a Beats Pro, I think. I may be getting the names wrong of all these, but the over-ear Beats I thought sounded really nice. But the Apple ones I did not like. But these One Audios sound equally as good as those Beats headphones, in my opinion. Same Starfavor throne. Same ChromaCast music stand, same drum rug, and under $600. Just a little bit more for the drums. And so it's probably worth it if you're willing to spend $70 more. That's kind of I might take that back because the One is surprisingly good. It has some features on there that the Avatar doesn't have, like the Bluetooth connections. I believe it has Bluetooth MIDI as well as a standard MIDI output. These all have MIDI outputs on them. And the fact that it comes with a game, my main criticism of the One drum set is the way that the snare mounts is kind of strange. But you could fix that. I did that in my video about it. And the bass drum not being an actual bass drum tower. But both of them are good buys. If you're looking for something, $500-$600 for everything, you really can't go wrong with either of those. I can't talk. Okay, let's go back here and move up here a bit, and let's change it up. Let's check out one of these acoustic low volume setups that I did here. So we have under $1,000. This is a Ludwig Accent Drive 5-piece drum kit, which is a really good deal for these drums. These drums look great, and as acoustic drums, they sound really good. I have one of the snare drums, and I think it sounds incredible, actually. I've gotten some great sounding recordings with that snare. Maybe you've seen them on my channel, but I did a video about me re-wrapping it. I did a custom wrap on mine, but it's been on many Demonic Sweaters albums, and don't let the fact that it's an entry-level set fool you. The shells and the quality of drums are very high quality. So that comes with it's a full-size kit, 22-inch bass, 6 by 14-inch snare drum, 10, 12, and 16-inch toms, and it comes with hardware and some cheap brass cymbals that you're probably not going to want to use very much, but, they're okay. Maybe you could turn them into stackers or something like that. And then I've also included the RTOM LV mesh head pack. And this is a great low volume mesh head because the drums still sound like drums when you have those on there. And I've done videos about those as well. And RTOM are just a really cool company. They make moon gels, if you are familiar with those. They're like this little gel thing you can put on drums for dampening that is just basically the industry standard. And then I've also included a set of Arborea low volume cymbals. Now, this is the most insane deal for low volume cymbals that I've ever seen. $60 for everything. You get a ride, 2 crashes, and a pair of hi-hats, which is unheard of, to get low volume cymbals, that many low volume cymbals for such a low price. and they really sound pretty good. And once again, I made a video on those as well. They're on my channel somewhere. You can search it up. And they're just, for $60, it's unbelievable. I actually did a setup for a while where I had those combined with the low volume heads and triggers, and then using a Roland TD6 module and then 2 overhead mics, and recorded the drums that way. And that was a lot of fun. Those sounded really cool like that. And they're just as good as any low volume cymbal you can buy. Don't let people fool you telling you that certain low volume cymbals are going to be superior, because they all pretty much sound like weird, hissy steel plates. All of them, even the expensive ones. And in fact, I would say the Zildjian ones are kind of some of the worst sounding ones out there. I am not impressed with those LV80s. I think that's what they're called by Zildjian. They just sound, to me, not even as good as some of these cheap ones. But either way, they're all low volume cymbals. They'll get the job done. They feel like cymbals when you play them, and they're easier on the hands than rubber cymbals on electronic drums. So if you want to get an acoustic kit to play at home that you're not going to bother people and set it up low volume, this is a good option. And I've also included this Griffin cymbal pack, or cymbal stand pack rather, to help you set up the rest of the cymbals, because the Ludwig comes with a hi-hat stand and 1 cymbal stand, but that's all. So you need 2 more. And this Griffin pack is a good deal. And those are decent. I have some of those as well, and I use them. I have one back there on my kit behind me, and it's just fine. Now, I've upgraded the drum rug a bit, the Akuda drum rug, and I'm using one of those back there too. And these ones are a little better because I feel like for acoustic drums, they grip the drums a little better. And I think, on the smaller electric sets, that other drum rug is just fine. But I would recommend using the Akuda drum rug on the acoustic set. And then finally, I added a set of ProMark LA Special drumsticks. This is without a doubt the best deal of drumsticks that you can get. 3 pair for $16, and these are ProMark quality. They're really great sticks. I always buy LA Specials. Now, if you're wondering what LA Specials are, they're like the factory seconds of ProMark. And honestly, I've rarely found one that was bad. Theoretically, you could get one that's just kind of crappy and breaks right away, because, like I said, they're the factory seconds, but that's never happened to me in many years of buying LA Specials. They've always been just as good as the ProMarks. I really can't tell a difference. What was the other thing I was going to say here? Oh, and then another great thing about this option is if you wanted to play this drum set acoustically, all you have to do is switch your heads back and get yourself another set of cymbals. Well, of course, you could play the cymbals that it comes with, but I would recommend buying, a better cymbal pack, like a Meinl pack or a Peisty pack or a Zildjian pack, depending on how much money you want to spend, just to give yourself a complete acoustic setup as well. So that's under $1,000, and you could actually add it, say if you added a PST7 cymbal pack to that, I think those go for about $500. So for about $1,500, you could have a complete drum kit that you could play either low volume or normal volume that would sound really nice. So yeah, the Ludwig accent drive, great low volume setup here. Let's see what else. I don't know if I'm going to do all of these, but I might as well. Go through them. I'll see how much time I have. 2:34 right now. I can go about another half hour. Okay, let's go to under $1,000 for electronic drum sets. Okay, so the number one here, and this is my number one recommendation, is the Roland TD02 KV with the Tama throne, the cool music amp, the One Audio headphones, Akuda drum rug, the music stand, and the LA Specials. The reason why this is my number one is because the TD02 is a surprisingly great drum set. Even though it looks a bit toyish, it really is not. This drum set sounds really good. The module is very powerful. It has full USB audio and MIDI connections. The cymbals are both dual zone. You don't get mesh tom pads. They are rubber, but they feel pretty good. One of my students got one of these, and he really loves it. The pedals are pretty silent. The bass drum's not a real bass drum tower, but from what I'm told, these roll-in pedals actually feel pretty nice. I've never actually played one of like that. I've played the older model, but not that one. But I hear that they're actually quite good for what they are. And the cymbals and everything, you're getting roll-in quality, even though, like I said, it looks kind of, small and weird a little bit. But the good thing about this is it's very compact. You can tuck it away in your apartment really easily. It sounds really nice. Honestly, the TDO, like what's interesting is the TDO2, even though it is Roland's least expensive drum kit, it is actually their newest module. So in a way, you're getting the newest Roland sounds with the TDO2 drum module. And you can just look it up, go on YouTube and check out Ralph from Drum Tech, the video he did on this thing, and it sounds shockingly good. And you can see him rock out on it, and it's a very solid kit. Highly recommend the TDO2. For $5.99, it's a great buy. Now, in addition to that, I have a Tama drum throne here, which is, Tama. You really can't go wrong with anything by Tama. They have been making some of the most durable and high-quality drums and drum accessories for many, many years. And we also have the Cool Music drum amp. Again, optional, of course. You can just use headphones if you want. The One Audios are great headphones, like I said. We have the Akuta drum rug, the ChromaCast music stand again, and the LA Specials, once again. And you can get those LA Specials in several sizes. They used to come in 2Bs as well, but lately I haven't seen those, and I wish they did because I like 2Bs. I play with 2Bs personally. But 5Bs are my second choice. So you can currently buy 5Bs and 5As, I believe, in nylon or wood tip. And if you're purchasing for an electronic drum, you should probably get nylon tips. And for acoustic drums, I prefer wood tips because I like the sound of them on cymbals better. But either way, whatever you want to get is fine. Okay, let's go back here to my next under 1000 complete electronic drum set setup. And that is this Alesis Surge Mesh SE drum kit. I'm sure a lot of you out there are familiar with the Surge as well as the Nitro. Now, I used to recommend the original Alesis Nitro Mesh kit because I thought it was a great kit for the money. However, I do not recommend the Nitro Max drum kit because I really feel like that it is way too flimsy. I've seen that snare drum like basically fall apart in demos of the drum set on YouTube. So avoid the Nitro Max, but the Alesis Surge Mesh SE, I still think is a fine drum kit for the money. Of course, the sounds are going to be nearly as good as the ones in the Roland, but you get a lot more of them, and there's some fun sounds in there. It's the same exact module as the old Nitro, and I had a lot of fun when I had my Nitro programming the sounds, and there's some very usable sounds in there. It's not that it sounds bad. It's just, it sounds a little electronic-y, but to me, that's kind of cool. I can have fun with that. And the great thing about the Surge is it has a real kick drum tower, which is mesh, and then it has all dual zone drums. Like all the toms are dual zone, the snare is dual zone. All of the cymbals are single zone, which is kind of weird, having all dual zone drums, but only single zone cymbals. But it's still okay. I mean, what's kind of cool about that is you could actually program your second tom rim as a ride cymbal, and then use your two cymbals here as crashes, or you can even have other crashes on the other rims, or splashes, or chinas, or whatever you want on those rims, cowbells, all kinds of stuff. So there's a lot of options you have with the Alesis Surge. You can have a lot of fun programming it if you're into doing that. It's basically like a supercharged Nitro Mesh. So since the Nitro Mesh is no longer available, I really recommend the Surge SE and replacements. And actually, the Surge SE has a far better drum rack on it and a much better kick drum tower as well. You can easily fit a double bass drum pedal on the Surge, where you couldn't really do that on the Nitro. Even though they said you could, you really couldn't. Okay, so once again, we have the Cool Music drum amp, the One Audio headphones, the Tama drum throne. Here I upgraded the music stand a bit. This one, we have one that comes with like folders and stuff like that. This one you could actually set a laptop on. So if you're looking to use your drums with a laptop, you might want to go with this one. The Akuta drum rug again, and the ProMark LA Specials. The Akuta drum rugs, I forgot to mention too, they come in all these cool like patterns. This is the one I have right here. But they have other ones. They have like checkers and, just plain black, whatever you like. But there's a lot of them to choose from. So yeah, I dig that thing. And that's another good complete electronic drum student package for under $1,000 is the Surge. Okay, let's move on to what? I guess I'll do the acoustic, like fully acoustic stuff. No, I'll go ahead and do that now. I'm thinking out loud here. But this is one I just added today. And this is a Tama Club Jam Flyer Pack. And this is fully acoustic. There's nothing quiet about this. But I love my Tama Club Jam Flyer. It is such a cool little set. And I've done a lot of videos on it. I'm sure you've seen it on my channel. Or if you haven't, you could search it. But it is just a great, great sounding, tiny little drum set. It only has a 14-inch bass drum, a 8-inch rack tom, a 10-inch snare drum, and a 10-inch floor tom. And it has this cool like bass drum riser on it. And it just looks really cool. It's a great looking and sounding little set. And one of the things I found with mine is I like to tune it very low, which is counterintuitive. A lot of people like to crank those things up. But if you crank them up too tight, they kind of sound like a toy drum set. But what a lot of people don't realize is due to the shells, and if you use the right heads, if you tune this drum kit very low, you can actually get a really fat sound out of this thing. Surprising. And the way that I do it is by using thick heads. Right now, I have a combination of Evans hydraulics, and then I have these kind of Chinese pinstripes on the toms. But I prefer all the hydraulics on everything, which is how I had it in the past. And I added the hydraulics here into this list. And what you need to do is actually go in here and select the sizes. So you'd have to buy one 8-inch and then two 10-inches and then one 18-inch. And you have 4 different colors to choose from. You could do black, blue, clear, or red. And I think on the blue kit here that I selected, black would look really cool. Also, blue would also look really cool. Actually, any of those colors I think would look nice on there. But the reason why I went with black here is because of the cymbal pack that I selected, which is the Zildjian S Dark series. And I love this line of cymbals. Now, I understand they're not for everybody. Some people don't like them because they're very dry sounding. And what that means is they have a really quick decay and they're kind of trashy sounding. But I think they sound really cool and they look awesome too. With this blue kit and the kind of low, thuddy sound of the Evans hydraulics, I think the combination of that with the S Darks will sound really, really cool. And then I included this Tama hardware pack. I went with as much Tama stuff as I could here, aside for the cymbals and the heads. Hardware pack for $379. This is going to get up kind of, a bit pricey, but it's still, considering all you're getting here. And of course, you don't have to buy everything. You could just buy piece by piece. But, you're getting a really good setup here. And I also included the Tama cymbal holder, which mounts on the bass drum. It already has the mount for it, so this would give you the extra stand you need for the ride with the S Zildjian or the S Dark pack. And then you would have all the other hardware you need here in the hardware pack. And Tama hardware is great. You really can't go wrong with Tama hardware at all. It just feels great and is solid. It'll last you forever. And then I included the Tama Throne again, and then the Tama Standard Series bag set for the Flyer. Now, that's optional too, but I always buy cases for everything that I own because I move them around a lot and, play shows and stuff, so it's good to have the cases. The only unfortunate thing here is it looks like that they're sold out on Amazon. So currently you can only buy these through European sellers, and they're quite expensive through there, like $183, which is kind of a lot for that pack, or for that bag set pack. But maybe if you just wait, they'll show back up on the Amazon, like homepage, and then you'll be able to get them for a cheaper price. And it's not like they're like incredible cases. They just fit, so that's, a good thing about them. But another thing you could do here is actually get some other branded cases. You could essentially buy, like some small cases that would fit, if you could find a 14-inch case that's deep enough for the bass drum. There's a lot of sellers on Amazon that have them, or you could just buy this one. So I put it in there anyways, just in case you wanted to get it. Anyway, let's move on to what else do I have here? Oh, the next thing I have here is a complete acoustic drum recording package. Now, I have been doing a lot of videos about recording acoustic drums lately, so that's why I decided to create this package for anybody wanting to get into that. And what I did here is I put one interface that I have, and I really, really think this is a great interface for the money. It's only $360, and that may seem kind of a lot, but compared to other interfaces with this amount of features, I mean, it is a fraction of the price of any other interface you can find with this many inputs and outputs. It has 16 inputs. Like, you can record 16 channels simultaneously on this thing. 10 of them have preamps, so you can record, up to 10 drums if you wanted to. I only need 6 or 7 microphones, 6 if I'm using a 4-piece, 7 if I'm using a 5-piece. But if you mic your kick, snare, all your toms and overheads, you can easily do that with this particular interface. And it works on Mac and PC and Linux. And it just sounds really good, and it's super easy to use. So yeah, I mean, you really can't go wrong with that thing. I have 2 of them, actually, because I bought one and then I liked it a lot. And then I have that set up here in my room. And then I was like, well, I want another one to, carry around with me in case I want to use it out live and stuff like that, or, mobile recording. And right now I have it set up at the school where I teach. So, yeah, I really like them. Really good stuff. And then in addition to that, I included this CAD audio drum mic set with a full set of cables. And this is a great buy. I use these mics on my toms. I kind of pieced together my mics over, a couple of years trying different things, and I never bought like a kit like this, but I have tried these CAD mics, and I know that they sound really good. So you really can't go wrong with this setup. And what's really great about these is they have basically clips on them that clip onto the rims of the drums, so you don't need a lot of stands to set them up. You only need a stand for the bass drum mic and the overheads, and I've included those in this package as well. And then this comes with all the cables right here. So you don't have to buy that much stuff. The mic stands that I included here are the Samson mic stands. And I like Samson's mic stands. They seem to work pretty good. And this boom stand, you can get away with using a single boom stand for your overheads if you use this little thing. This is basically what this does, is it allows you to mount both of your overhead condensers onto one stand, and then all you have to do is set them up in the XY pattern. If you watch my videos, you'll see it. It's basically the mics are at a 90-degree angle like this, pointed down, and that creates a good stereo image of your overheads. And I actually prefer it that way compared to other, having two stands on separate, places over the drum set. I think the XY, especially if you're playing a small set, works better than just about anything. But this little mount will allow you to do that. All you have to do is screw that on this boom stand, and then attach your two condensers on there, and then you can record your overheads with a single mic stand. Mic stand, not a single mic. Okay, and then for the kick drum mic, we have just a standard bass drum mic stand. You just have to unscrew that mic clip on there because the CAD microphone actually screws right onto the stand. It doesn't need a clip. So that's all you'd have to do there. But this will give you everything you need except for the software to record your acoustic drum set. Software, as far as software, what I recommend is Reaper. Everybody who's ever tried Reaper pretty much loves it. It is a very affordable digital audio workstation. It's very high quality. It's easy to use. There's tons of tutorials on YouTube on how to use it. So you really can't go wrong with Reaper. I use it myself, and it's just a great piece of software. And to get that, you just go to reaper.fm. I can't include it here on the Amazon package because it's not on Amazon. Okay, so I have a drink here. Got a couple more left. We've got under 2,000 low volume acoustic drum setup. So for this one, I went with all Yamaha stuff. This is the Yamaha Stage Custom Birch drum kit in piano black, and man, that is a sharp drum kit. These Stage Customs have been around for ages, and these things are bulletproof. I mean, you could I wouldn't recommend doing this, but you theoretically could finish playing a gig and roll this thing down a flight of stairs and it'd probably still be just fine. Maybe have some nicks on it and stuff like that. But man, these things are built like tanks. These Stage Customs, they sound great. They look great. They come in some cool looking finishes. My favorite actually though is the black. I just think it looks really, really cool. Just the black and chrome, stylish, old school. You really can't go wrong with that. The mounting hardware on these things is phenomenal. They're just great. They're great sets. If anybody, if somebody asked me in a pinch, what's the best drum kit you can get for under $1,000, I would just say the Yamaha Stage Custom, because it is really, really that good. And plus the heads that they come with are good too. Like the Yamaha stock heads really don't need to be replaced. You can play those things until they're worn out, and they will sound great right out of the box. They're just really nice. In addition to that, I included this Yamaha hardware pack, which is a really good deal for a hardware pack. I don't know what's going on here. I got logged out of WeChat for some reason. But all Yamaha hardware. You have bass drum pedal, snare drum stand, hi-hat stand, and 2 boom cymbal stands. Again, the quality of Yamaha is right up there with Tama's. The hardware and drums, I mean, they're both great companies, but like I said, the Yamaha stuff, Yamaha Stage Custom is just such a great kit. I mean, it's pro quality for being under $1,000. Even though I kind of hate that terminology, pro quality. What is pro quality? I mean, anything could be pro quality. Pro just means you get paid to do music. So, whatever. I don't know. I won't say that again. Sorry. So, and then I added a extra cymbal stand here because you're going to need one more with the Evans DB1 drum head and cymbal pack that I included. And this is a low volume head and cymbal pack. Now, of course, you could go with the R-Tom heads and the cheap Arboria cymbals, but I figured I would throw in something different here for this one to give you some more options, a little more of a premium package, I guess. But these Evans cymbals, like I said before, don't expect them to sound like a million times better than the Arborias, but I do think the Evans hi-hats sound slightly less irritating than most low-volume cymbals. So, if it's worth it to you to spend the extra money on the Evans package, then go ahead and do it. And plus, they look really nice in combination, with their heads. I think it would be a very cool setup, looks-wise, for this Yamaha to have all the Evans and, cymbals and heads on there. With all the Yamaha hardware. The only non-Yamaha thing I included here was the PDP throne, because I don't think Yamaha has a very good drum throne for one in that price range. I looked at a lot of them and I wasn't crazy about any of them, so I selected the PDP. I have one of these as well, and I know it's a good throne for the money. It's $63. You really can't go wrong with that. And then I included the Akuda drum rug again. I didn't put a music stand on here. I forgot to. But you can grab that on one of the other lists, or I'll just include it on here after I finish this video. Okay, so running out of time, so I'm going to try to speed it up here. What else do I have left? I have the under 2,000 electronic setup. So here I have 3 of them. Or no, how many do I have? 2 of them. I have the Roland and then a Yamaha. So let's start with the Roland here. We have the TD-07 DMK, which is a great set for the money. This is a step above the TD-02, and it's still under $1,000, which is really great for a Roland. And the TD-07 is a fantastic sounding module. And again, it has USB everything, MIDI and audio. It's easy to use. The bass drum tower is a little strange on this. It's not quite a tower. It connects to the drum rack, but I wouldn't worry about that because I've actually played on this, and the fact that it connects on that post there, you'd be surprised at how sturdy that is. This rack from Roland is actually quite sturdy for what it is. The cymbals are kind of small, but, you know, it's a Roland, and you're going to get Roland quality and Roland resale value and Roland sound. So definitely worth checking this out. I'll show you the Yamaha one here in a second, too. Let me close these. And then for the bass drum pedal, I included an Iron Cobra by Tama. I didn't include the Roland one because I thought it was a little bit too expensive for what it was. But the Tama Iron Cobras, you really can't go wrong with. They're just great pedals. The Cool Music amplifier once again. And then the, D-Drum. I might have to replace this throne because I don't think Amazon is selling this directly. Yeah, they're not selling it. Currently unavailable. That's unfortunate. This was a great throne. I have 2 of these, and I love them. They're basically like a pork pie throne. Let me find one of those. But cheaper, or they were. And then, here's a pork pie. Yeah, pork pie thrones are ridiculously expensive. $300. And that D-Drum one was basically the same type of thing, and it was like $179, which is probably why it's not available anymore. It was too cheap for what it was. But that was a great throne. Maybe it'll pop back up. But you could buy, that PDP is a good throne too that's on the other list. I'm going to replace this in this list. I'll find something else to put in there. And then I also have the Akuta drum rug again, the One Audio headphones again, the Chaya music stand combo pack, and then the LA Specials. So that's a great setup, under $2,000 for everything you need. And then the other one I have for under $2,000 is the Yamaha setup, which includes the Yamaha DTX 6K-X, which is a little more expensive. It used to be on sale where it was the same price, but it's a little more expensive, $999. Has rubber pads for toms, but you get a 3-zone ride, dual zone snare, dual zone crash, bass drum tower, a nice rack, and a really, really great drum module. So it's still a really good set. It's just different. Has some different things than the Roland does. Everything else I included here is the same. So it's all the other same hardware, the bass drum pedal, throne that I'm going to have to replace, headphones, all that stuff's exactly the same amp. The only difference is the drum kit. Okay, is that one more. Besides my Christmas list, but I'm not going to go through that because that was last year's. One more on here. I have the Ultimate Student Electronic Drum Package by Roland. And here I included the VAD, I believe this is the 3, which one is this? VAD 103. And this is a really great little set. It uses the acoustic style heads, or acoustic style shells rather, with the TD07 module. And you can see it just looks really awesome. What a great little set. And it just looks rad. It sounds rad. It's a really great set. You would also need a hi-hat stand, snare drum stand, bass drum pedal, throne, and some other stuff here. Well, minimally, you would need this stuff in the top row. Everything else down below here, you could get optionally, except for the headphones or amp. But I just think it's a really cool set. The PDP hardware, I have some of this PDP hardware that actually came with that set that I have behind me, and it's really good for the money. These hi-hat stands are great. The leg is big enough to where you can fit a double bass drum pedal under there. It doesn't swivel, but a pedal will fit under there. I have it set up like that on my flyer where I'm using it currently. And the snare drum stand is good. The throne is good. It's good stuff. Once again, the Iron Cobra pedal, the Cool Music amplifier, the One Audio headphones, LA Special sticks, the Chaya music stand, and the Akuta drum rug. Okay, I'm just about out of breath. But anyway, check it out. If you're looking for anything like this, if you want a complete package, I made it easy as I could for you guys out there to just click and buy. And that helps me out too. It helps out the channel. If you go through my store here, it is affiliate, but I'm not putting stuff on here that I think sucks or anything like that just to sell it. This is all quality stuff that I would personally use. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell icon, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.